and welcome to the 3rd anniversary of Shakesyear. I started this project 3 years ago because I wanted to say all of Shakespeare's words at some point, so I decided that a monologue was 12 lines of uninterrupted text or more, and I didn't think that it was going to take me 3 years, more than 3 years, to get through all of it. I mean, the way we're going, it's going to take like 4 and change to get through all of this stuff. But it's been a lot of fun, and I really quick just want to say, especially because the world, I don't know when you're watching this, but the world right now is a little bit crazy. I just want to say again that I very much believe in gender-blind and colorblind casting when it comes to Shakespeare, because they're stories about humans. They're not stories about heterosexual relationships or racial tension, stuff like, well, except for maybe Othello. For the most part, if you find a character who you relate to and would like to portray and think you could have fun with, but they happen to be of a different gender presentation than you are, play the part anyway, and more luck to you, because I think that that's awesome to play around with it. So anyway, that being said, we are working on Romeo and Juliet, and we have made it to Act 5, and we get to hear from Romeo. He kicks it off. So just real quick before we start into it, he and Juliet were married, and then he killed her cousin, and then he got banished to Mantua. So he basically had Act 4 off, which might imply that Shakespeare considers Romeo the lead of this play, because oftentimes the lead of Shakespeare's plays, like when it's named after somebody, like the Scottish play or King Lear or stuff like that, the lead gets a break in Act 4, I guess, so the actor could rest. So yeah, Romeo gets most of Act 4 off, but he's back now in Act 5, and he's hanging out in Mantua because he's expecting to get letters from Friar Lawrence, who's supposed to be writing him daily to figure out what's going on, and so they can try to figure out a way to get Romeo back to Verona so that he and his wife Juliet can be together and all of that sort of thing. Now, we the audience know that Friar Lawrence had given Juliet a potion that will make her appear dead for 42 hours, and she drank it, and everybody thinks that she's dead, so her wedding to Paris is off, which is a good thing. Her body has been taken to the Capulets' tomb, and Romeo is supposed to go and meet her there, and Friar Lawrence has sent letters to Romeo to that effect. But we kick off Act 5, Scene 1, with Romeo saying, "If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's love sits lightly in his throne, and all this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead," strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, "and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah, me! How sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy." "News from Verona, how now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How doth my lady Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well." So he kicks off the scene with a miniature version of Juliet's gallop apace speech, where he basically just gets to be excited. He had a dream that Juliet came and found him dead, but was able to kiss him back to life. And he thinks that this means that good news is on its way to him. So he's feeling very joyful and very light, and he's very looking forward to getting Friar Lawrence's letter. And then his friend Balthazar comes in and he's like, tell me news. Is Juliet okay? Is Juliet okay? And Balthazar is like, they buried her in Capulet's tomb because she's dead. And Romeo's like, what? Don't you have any letters for me from Friar Lawrence? You were supposed to be bringing something from Friar Lawrence. And Balthazar's like, no, I saw her being taken to the tomb, and I thought that you should know that she died. And Romeo's like, well, I have to go and see her. And Balthazar leaves, and Romeo decides that he is going to sneak back into Verona so that he can see Juliet. But this is a pretty big blow that's been dealt to him. I mean, his wife just died. He was expecting to be reunited with her, but she just died. So he decides that there's one other thing that he has to do before he gets back to Verona. But that's tomorrow's monologue. So I'll see you then for that. Mwah.